Welcome to another vlog, wolves. If you're not a wolf yet, hit the subscribe button right now. Don't wait any longer if you want to have content about finance, money, stocks and the business. So today we will talk about the second richest guy in the world. It's Bernard Arnault. However, we have a couple of times and a little bit time to figure this out. So let's go.
I am very competitive. I always want to win. The success of my group is based on a combination of creativity and organization. Today, Louis Vuitton is by far the largest and #1 luxury brand in the world. Every competitor is trying to imitate. I think they are not successful, but they try.
He is the main shareholder of the biggest on this planet existing luxury group company, publicly traded, LVMH. They're having the brands like Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Dom Perignon, Hublot, Christian Dior, Sephora, and so on and so forth. So basically, they are having all the big brands that you see worldwide, you know, Fendi, all these big, very expensive wineries worldwide as well. And he's one of the guy, or he's the guy that built this empire up from the ground. And today we will talk about his early life, how he did it, what is his philosophy behind it, and how the stock look like. So from early beginning, Bernard started in the construction company of his father, and by his mid of 20s, he decided to move the construction company into real estate and became one of the developers in France. You know, they invested then heavily in US, which none of the developers in France did by then. And from there, he always was in the look for value and looked into the different kind of businesses. And then finally, he found Christian Dior, who was a family-run business and a fashion house in France. And he saw so much value and saw that the overall audience worldwide get richer and richer. And he saw a very, very big value. And so he bought it up and bring it forward. And this is part of his vision as well, which we come in a second. So family business is very, very important for Bernard. He engaged his family very, very much. A lot of the kids have senior positions in all the brands. And he basically also say why he is doing that. He's actually saying that, you know, if you engage with your family in the business, you can really think long term. And, you know, this is what also the channel is about, Wolf of Dubai, investing long term, think about tomorrow, don't care about fluctuation in stocks, about the next days. It's always, if you think a business is undervalued, then it's a good way to invest money in it. This is how actually Warren Buffett put his fortune together. And also now Bernard, second richest guy in the world. He bypassed Mr. Carlos from Zara, also a fashion type business, and he is absolutely crushing it with LVMH. We'll come also to the stock later on. But he was building up the brands, and there was so many people saying, you know, this will never work. The people will not buy these premium items and clothes and so on and so forth. So he really pushed everything inside what he had, his passion, his money, and it really paid off, you know. There is some scenes. I will put the interview link into the description. So subscribe also if you love this kind of content. And there is a famous interview with Karl Lagerfeld, who, you know, was engaged with Fendi And Bernard bought Fendi, and when they met, Karl Lagerfeld said, you know, this guy has so much of passion about competition and winning and be successful that only he should be the one who buy Fendi. Coming to the company LVMH. So LVMH is one of a very billion-dollar company now, meanwhile, and have a lot of brands that you guys know that I mentioned in the beginning. But really the three pillars that Bernard building his business on is creativity, quality and innovation. So you can see it in very much of his acquisitions over the years. You know, 1999 he bought Tag Heuer, he bought Bulgari in the 2000s, then afterwards he bought Fendi, Dom Perignon, and so on and so forth. So he's really building the really quality premium brands that most of them are family business, same like his business as well. So he valued that. And you know, he value also companies like or brands like Louis Vuitton that, you know, made it from a usual Louis Vuitton actually started as manufacturer of suitcases and then become, you know, by innovation and by creativity one of the biggest fashion houses in the world. And it's belonging to LVMH, and he really put all these brands together to one big company and made it so successful. Is the biggest quality premium group corporation in the world. So he's now currently owning 43%, and that's why he gets so much wealth. He's also an art collector. He has a lot of things by Picasso. He is working with a lot of famous architects together, you know, and he is also, his family are the ones that contributed $200 million to the restoration of the just recently burnt down Notre Dame in Paris. And speaking about long term, you have seen that he's building up this company by 30 years already. And he's really thinking long term, and you know, these brands, they are staying there for 100+ years or existing already for so many years, and he's buying these traditional companies. And he's saying one very interesting fact when he once had the opportunity to meet with Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs said, you know, Bernard, I don't know if in 100 years the people will buy still iPhones, but I know that they definitely will still drink Dom Perignon. So, you know, this was quite funny fact. And, you know, with this, I would like to go to the next chapter, which is the LVMH stock. So the LVMH stock is actually trading somewhere by the date of this recording around 383 euros per share. And the market cap of this company is around $193 billion. So here you see, this is where the wealth comes from Bernard, as he almost having half of the companies belonging to him. He almost has this 1 billion of assets just as the stock value in his portfolio. However, you know, when Forbes estimate the values, they also estimate other assets that they have. And so all this influence the total net worth of Bernard, which is more than $100 billion, just unbelievable number. You know, he would never be able to spend that money. And you know, this is actually quite also a funny fact. It's when you see all this net worths of people, they don't have this money obviously in cash on their bank account, but they actually have it in terms of assets like shares, real estate, you know, multi-million yachts, and so on and so forth. So this is how they estimate their net worth of famous people. Coming to the ratios of this stock, it's basically the PS ratio that I like to always see how much revenue they do and how much they are really worth of the market. It's around 4, which is a bit high, you know, same like for the PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio is more than 30. which I think it's a bit high. So there's definitely easier or cheaper stocks on the market. However, they had record-breaking revenue last year, over $50 billion, and also this Q1 was very good, and actually the stock went up since 2019 more than 43%. This is an unbelievable performance, you know. So that's why the stock is now, you know, getting in the range of being expensive. But still, I think if you're looking into something that, you know, will bring steady income, they have also a dividend rate of 1.57%, and they definitely be around for the next years. You know, it's a family business, so the whole family, the generations to come, will still lead it the same or similar way like Bernard did, and it's a very recession proven, you know, stock where the people will always drink Dom Perignon, like Steve Jobs said. And I think, you know, it's quite interesting stock for those who want to diversify their portfolio a bit. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got the rich content out of this. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Leave some comments if you have some questions. I'm happy to answer them. And don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side. Peace.